Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, here to highlight the best Steam game deals under the price of $10 right now. A lot of good stuff under $10 as always. So let's just get right into it. We've got about 12 deals to go over. Not going to go under $5. You can expect a different video on that sometime in the near future. Hopefully, as long as I don't forget and as long as I'm not a lazy mofo. You guys know how these things work. First up, we got Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory. I really enjoyed Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. I am a big Digimon fan, and obviously with these anime like games, if you're a fan of the IP, you're going to let a lot of the shortcomings slide. And with this collection, you do get two games. You get Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory. Across the two games, they reuse a lot of content, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just, you know, they're not blow-away RPGs, but if you're a fan of turn-based games and you enjoy Digimon, you're gonna really like the games. They kind of get a little bit grindy, but for $9.99, this is a lot of hours of gameplay, and I would strongly recommend it. Had a great time with it, and I think a lot of you guys will enjoy it as well. Next up, we got South Park The Stick of Truth, and I'll also give a mention to South Park The Fractured But Whole. Both games are really, really good. Stick of Truth is the one that really clicked with me, probably because Stick of Truth I had played without any expectations of the game going into it. You know, by the time Fractured But Whole came out, you already had the idea that, okay, they can do a quality South Park RPG, and it can be pretty good. With Stick of Truth, it had that element of, like, almost surprise to it that I was shocked by how much I ended up enjoying the game. I would say give both games a shot, especially Stick of Truth. And if you've never watched South Park, I would still say give these games a shot, because I am not a big South Park guy. Like, more recently, I watched the special that came out, but I'm not like a longtime fan or anything like that, and I thought the games were absolutely hilarious. Probably a sign for me to actually sit down and watch South Park, but you know, just not a big TV watcher these days, but really enjoyed the games, and mechanically they're very well made, so would give those a shout at that price point. I think it's a great pickup. Next up, gotta give some Assassin's Creed games a mention. You guys know I'm a shill for the older Assassin's Creed games, but we got Assassin's Creed Syndicate. This is 75% off for $7.49. I'll also give a mention to Assassin's Creed Unity, 75% off for $7.49. Now, I'll get to Unity in a second, but Syndicate I really, really enjoyed. Unfortunately, Syndicate was released the year after Unity, which I think just set this game up for honestly for failure. And I think by the time Syndicate came out, there was a little bit of Assassin's Creed fatigue, in the sense that you were getting these yearly games. You were going from AC2 into Brotherhood, into Revelations, into AC3, into AC4, into Unity, into Syndicate. The games were all pretty good, but you know, at some point it was a little bit of burnout, and I think with Unity being a technical disaster, just set Syndicate up to do pretty poorly. The game itself I thought was great. I thought the open world was great to explore. I liked the characters. And for $7.49, again, I think this is a really solid pickup. Would definitely give this a shout. And then Assassin's Creed Unity. Again, from the standpoint of this game, what really sticks out to me is how bad of a PC version it was on launch. It was also awful on consoles. The general rhetoric that I hear, and I need to give this game another playthrough, is that all of the issues have been fixed up, and under the hood, this game is fantastic. So, this is probably going to be a game that, fingers crossed, I can, like, play through it relatively soon, and, you know, hopefully, maybe I'll even try to get through it again before all of the before Black Myth comes out. But I want to give this a mention just because I see the comment section over and over again of people being like, bro, go back and play Unity again. We get it. You were tight about the, you were upset about the performance and everything like that, and everybody had the right to be, but it seems like also everybody loved the setting narratively, etc., etc. So, I want to give that a mention as well, $7.49. I'll probably play through it again here shortly, because my memory of a decade-old game that really what stood out to me was how bad it was. But I did play it again not too long ago, but I just need to sit down and really get invested into it and try to do everything in the game. So, want to give that a shout as well. Next up, we got Resident Evil 7, 60% off, $7.99. I thought Biohazard Resident Evil 7 was great. They also dropped an update, like, somewhat recently, not super recently, that added added some visual elements to it, ray tracing and things of that nature. Game is great. After you play through this, definitely go check out Village. The Gold Edition is on sale for $15.86, and you can get the Resident Evil 7 Gold Edition and Village Gold Edition for $29.59, which might not be a bad pickup, all things considered there. So definitely, if you're into survival horror games, I mean, that's a no-brainer. Next up, we got Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. This is down to $9.89. Phoenix Wright and these visual novels from Capcom have been getting a lot of love recently, and definitely a title and a franchise to get into. Obviously, you need to know what you're getting into out of a visual novel. They're not heavy on the gameplay or anything like that. It's very much a narrative-driven experience, but how that narrative is, executed, it's done very, very well. Just keep your expectations in line from a visual standpoint. These are originally DS games, and I believe the first Phoenix Wright was actually released on the Game Boy Advance in Japan, so yeah, they're not gonna be incredible visual juggernauts or anything like that, but you're getting into them for the narrative. Great to play games like this on something like the Steam Deck as well. Although it just says it's Steam Deck playable, game has minor graphic display issues on deck, and the game sometimes shows mouse and keyboard or non-Steam Deck controller icons. So, it's essentially verified. It's close to verified, but not quite verified. But there you go with that. Devil May Cry HD Collection, 67% off for $9.89. This includes Devil May Cry 1, 2, and 3, and then I'll also give a shout to Devil May Cry 5, which is also $9.89. DMC 1, 2, and 3 absolutely show their age. They're early days PS2 action games, but they're still relatively iconic action titles, and DMC 1 and 3 are generally considered to be phenomenal. DMC 2, everybody seems to hate. I don't think it's absolutely awful, but not at the level of 1 and 3. The games obviously show their age from a visual standpoint, so keep that in mind as well, but worthwhile collection for $9.89. DMC 5, if you want to get into the franchise, honestly, I would just jump right into DMC 5. You're not going to deal with the archaic elements of the first 3 games, and even the 4th game has a lot of archaic elements. DMC 5 was released in 2019, phenomenal soundtrack and great action gameplay. Narratively, DMC has never done anything for me, so, a lot of other people are super into the Devil May Cry story, so, more power to them, but for me, it never did anything for me, so there you go with that. A Plague Tale Innocence is 80% off for $7.99. A lot of you guys have Plague Tale Requiem in your library right now after Humble Choice. Well, you should absolutely play Plague Tale Innocence if you have Requiem and you're waiting to play that and you don't have Innocence. Well, pick up Innocence for $8, and also, since Innocence is on sale, might be a reason for you to go and check out Humble Choice as well. Get Requiem on top of that, and Ghost Runner 2, and a bunch of other games. Plague Tale Innocence is a great narrative-driven adventure game, incredibly dark atmosphere, incredibly emotionally gripping, dark story, so just keep that in mind. Not super lengthy, but that's fine for a narrative-driven game. A 15-hour experience is totally perfect, and I think Plague Tale Innocence is really well done. Requiem, in my opinion, is even better, so definitely check that out. Next up, we got Katana ZERO. Still at a hefty price point. It's 40% off for $8.99. Throwback action title here, very much harkening back to your Super Nintendo games, but an incredibly stylish presentation, slick visuals, and a lot of flashy visuals as well. For a pixel graphics game, if that's up your alley, you're going to enjoy it. Overwhelmingly positive reception on this one. 58,000 reviews and 98% positive. I didn't know the reception was that strong. Also, Steam Deck verified, another game that'll be great to play on the deck. And lastly, we got Klonoa Phantasy Reverie series, which is also deck verified, and also a game that I would say would be great to play on the deck. Really well done remakes of the first 2 Klonoa games. I didn't really have an attachment to Klonoa growing up. I did play the Klonoa, I believe it was the remake on the Nintendo Wii when I was younger, and I enjoyed that. Well done platformers. For some reason, Klonoa really never resonated at a high level in terms of being a platformer a lot of people gravitated towards, but it's really well received, and it's got a lot of charm to it. For this price point, getting both games for $9.99 I think is a really good pickup, so check that out. Links to all of these deals will be in the description box below, as always, and obviously, with all the Steam deals that are running, this is only a few of the deals available. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.